all set? Good morning. Thank you all for joining us. I'm Peter Montgomery. I'm a senior fellow at People for the American Way Foundation, which for 30 years has promoted constitutional principles of religious freedom, separation of church and state, individual liberty, and equality under the law for all Americans. So we're here today, 1 year before the 2012 elections, to talk about a phenomenon that is not new this year and is not unique to this election cycle, but one that has been much in evidence as we talk about the ways that religion and politics are being mixed this year. And that is the assertion that America is, or was meant by its founders to be, a Christian nation, a country created of, by, and for Christians. And this Christian nation rhetoric takes several forms. We have the revisionist history of David Barton, a Republican Party and religious right activist who misrepresents American history to buttress his claims that the Founding Fathers set out to create a Christian nation. It takes the form of exclusionary rhetoric by political leaders like Texas Governor and presidential candidate Rick Perry, who teamed up with some of the nation's most divisive figures for the prayer rally that he used to essentially launch his presidential campaign. And it takes the form of overt religious bigotry by people like Brian Fisher, a radio host and spokesperson for the American Family Association, who claims that the First Amendment does not even apply to non-Christian faiths, and to others who claim that Islam is not a religion and that American communities should not allow Muslims to build mosques to worship in. Religious right leaders are also claiming a religious grounding, a biblical mandate for far-right economic policies. David Barton, for example, says all American policies should be based on the Bible, and the way he reads the Bible, Jesus is opposed to minimum wage laws, progressive taxation, capital gains taxes, estate taxes, and collective bargaining. The government, we're told, has no right to try to alleviate poverty. It's the Christian nation meets Tea Party nation. So why does all this matter? Christian nation rhetoric is not just about words. Those words reflect ideas about the nature of our government and our society. They're promoted on television, radio, and the internet, taught in universities and law schools like Regent and Liberty, and endorsed by public officials, including some who want to be president of the United States. Some of the policies promoted by Christian nation advocates undermine constitutional principles of religious liberty, equality, and opportunity. Policies that would erase progress toward legal equality for gay, lesbian, bisexual, and transgender Americans, that would eliminate access to abortion and reproductive health care for women, that would turn public schools into venues for proselytizing and religious coercion. And from a broader perspective, we believe it's wrong, divisive, and detrimental to our communities and to the common good to declare that some Americans have favored status based on their religious beliefs and that others should simply be grateful to be tolerated. We don't think that's what America stands for. So there's much here to talk about.